I own my own business. I'm an event planner here in town. I would do anywhere from 15 to 25 weddings a year. Every once in a while, I kind of feel like I was just so exhausted, but it was almost to the point where it was extreme exhaustion. I just had a baby and my body's just getting used to not being pregnant anymore. And also I was really active in my business. Then it just kind of increasingly got worse. I would have points where I couldn't catch my breath and I would have to sit down. I knew something was wrong, but I just kept choosing to ignore it.
People oftentimes write it off and say, well, I got a virus, pneumonia, whatever. Turns out that you have a bad heart failure. And we always say that heart failure can happen to anybody, but the general population don't believe that.
My husband and I were actually getting ready to sell our house at the time. I just got to a point where I just couldn't catch my breath, and I knew something was wrong and I should probably go in.
We wanted everything to be perfect for these pictures that were going to be taken. Of course, I have my wife here telling me, oh, I'm just not feeling very well tonight. It's about midnight at this point, and I come back up there and she's like, I just can't even lay down. I don't feel very good.
He was pushing me to go in, but of course I'm, dragging my feet and saying, no, I don't need to go in. We call Ask a Nurse. It sounds like you might have a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in your lung. So my husband said, well, that is it. We're going in. Reluctantly, he took me to the ER.
You just think, it's just another day, she can't be that sick.
So then the resident comes in and informs me that my heart is enlarged and I have cardiomyopathy, and that my heart is only functioning at 10%.
Even then, I remember, tearing up and then having to call my parents and be like, my wife she's really sick and they're admitting her to the hospital today.
Your world is instantly changed. The first thing that I thought of is my babies. I wasn't scared for myself. I was just really scared that I wouldn't get that chance to see my family blossom and grow, that it could just be ripped away like that. And your perspective definitely changes, especially when you're 28 years old. You don't expect a major, illness or life-threatening anything at that point.
But it can happen in somebody who's young, especially with a family history of heart failure, or even pregnancy. There is such thing as postpartum cardiomyopathy.
It's emotional, I guess, and then you just have to be there for her, make sure that she has somebody that she can lean on when it's a struggle for her.
I'm not gonna let this change my life. I'm not gonna let this win. I'm gonna fight this, and the main thing I want is to be here for my kids and my husband.
I think it was just me and Lucy hanging on to each other and just really using each other as a support person and somebody to talk to, somebody that's there to understand, and being there at all her doctor's appointments and visits.
My husband said to me when we found out the diagnosis, he's like, you're not allowed to leave. So he's like, I can't do this without you. So I'm like, all right, well, let's try and make sure that doesn't happen. My team of doctors have told me all the options and our kind of plan that we have laid out. The longer you can wait, the better off you'll be, because the technology is changing so much. And that's one thing that the American Heart Association is doing, is they're trying to raise funds so that we can keep researching and keep looking for cures to heart disease and different heart ailments.
It's really taking the time to listen to those warning signs and understand that, I need to take care of myself as well, and go to the doctor and just ask those questions.
We are in charge as women, taking care of our families. We take care of the kids, our husbands. Most women ignore warning signs just because they're too busy or they have stuff to do with their kids. And really, we always want to be there for our families, but if we want to be there, we have to make sure we're healthy. And we have to take care of ourselves first. And it needs to be a priority that we take care of ourselves so that we can be there for our families.